Hello everyone, my name is Keenan Soundwave, original name, I know. And today I will be bringing you my top... what number is it? God, I've already screwed up already. My top 17 Transformers of 2017. Of course, this is inspired by Thew Adams. I wanted to, do my own top 17 list because... why not? It might be a bit late, but, it's my channel and it's basically dead anyway, so might as well do whatever the hell I want on it. So, and I do have some rules for this top 10. Like the first rule, it doesn't have to be a Transformer from 2017. It can be any Transformer from any era. I just had to have acquired it from 2017. And for the other rule, no Soundwaves and no Optimus Primes, because one, the Soundwave would be obvious. That Masterpiece Soundwave would be at the number 1 spot. And for 2, no Optimus Prime, because he's my favorite character of all time through anything ever. So, it wouldn't be fair to all the other figures. These figures are in no particular order except for the first one. Or not the first one, but for like the last one that I'm going to show. That, to me, will be my top Transformer for this year. Not this year, last year. Anyway, let's get into it before everybody starts clicking off. And for number 1, Beachcomber. Well, it's blue. That's basically... It's a nice, simple blue Transformer. That's basically what there is to it. And I've never had a Beachcomber, so I thought I should pick this one up. And, I feel like it just takes me back to a simpler time of just being able to just, put a Transformer together and then, boom, just playing with it. But, anyway, that was my first one. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one for me will be Slugslinger. And the reason, one, he's blue, that's my favorite color, but also... there's just something appealing about 2 cockpits that he doesn't even fly in. Like it's some form of strategy. His cockpit's actually right here on his back. And I just think it's kind of funny that he doesn't even ride in both the cockpits he has. And also, I never thought I would get this guy. Because in 2017, Walmart's and Toys R Us's and Targets everywhere didn't have him. And then I was just like... oh, I'll go into this Walmart. They might have them. They probably won't, but might have something. And sure enough, I got Slugslinger. So there's that one. I love this guy. I love the design of him. It's really cool. And for number 3, Autobot Jazz. Not just Jazz, because that would be copyright infringement. This would have to be my 3rd favorite Transformer, although I think I only... I own this Jazz and the G1 Jazz. But, I saw this one. I just had to pick him up. I don't know what it was about him. Also, it's very cool that he can turn into kind of like this tall, lanky robot, and then just compress into this little car for him. Granted, it's a bit of a struggle at least for me, it was a struggle to transform him at first, and that's a bit too loose. But for the most part, it's Jazz. It's Jazz, man. I mean, if you have this guy, you don't really need the new Power of the Primes one. Although I might be getting that one anyway, just to jazz up my life a little bit. And speaking of tall and lanky, Transformers Animated Lockdown will be my 4th one. I'm losing track of the numbers. But yeah, I randomly saw him at a comic book store for like $10, and I just had to pick him up. Granted, his legs aren't really the most posable thing in the world, and I'm not even sure what the hell is up with this one hand. But, it's Lockdown. I've never had a Lockdown until now, and, well, except for the Transformers 5 one, but, it's just, and his hand went back into his, don't you at least want to have one hand? Come on, man. But it's just, I don't know, I thought this figure was pretty neat. I had to just pick him up. Not to mention, he kind of looks like a heavy metal singer. Also, one more thing. He's taller than a Voyager class figure. That's just crazy for a deluxe figure. And for my next one, since I feel like there has to be at least one G1 Transformer within this review, although there'll be another one later on. G1 Runabout. There we go. I about forgot it. G1 Runabout. Oh, jeez. But you might be thinking, well, this figure is just, it's not even posable. You know, there's nothing to it. But it's a sleek black car with red windshields and windows and eyeballs. I mean, what is there not to like about a Decepticon with a red and black color scheme? I mean, come on. That, and it can do this right here. Okay. Here it is. Here we go. Whee! Yay! I mean, oh, that was pretty cool. Oh no, now it's stuck with all the spider webs. No. Oh man. Oh, this is just cool in action figure. Now I just gotta get his brother. Oh. And for my sixth Transformer will be Toccara Adventure Windblade. And the reason why one, this is probably like the only figure I'd probably buy off of Toccara for the Transformers RID show, because to be honest, that show was extremely mediocre and was not very good. But you know, it's just I couldn't deal with the Hasbro one. The lazy paint. I mean, she doesn't have red hair. Technically, she doesn't have hair at all. But you know, the faux hair is not red, and just doesn't seem right to me. So I shelled out like the extra $10,000 to get this one because it looked cool, and you know, I like Windblade. Also, this Windblade can actually stand, unlike her previous one. Not saying that Windblade isn't any cool, but this Windblade, you know, she has a smile on her face. I mean, what wasn't there not to like about that? And for my number 7th spot, did I just say number or number? No, number. Anyway, for my number 7th spot will be Deluxe Waspinator from the Generations line. And, I don't know, I saw it on Big Bad Toy Store for $12. I mean, it's pretty cheap on there, so, you know, I just thought I had to get it. I mean, granted, I have not seen all of Beast Wars. And when I tried to look it up, I got to the 4th episode, and only 26 seconds was uploaded of that 4th episode, so, you know, fuck me. And, well, you know, it's just a fun little figure to just kind of mess around with and pretend that he's getting blown up that one day of the week. Waspinator, terrorize! And for my 8th spot on this list will be G1 Sideswipe. And G1 Red Alert, because let's face it, they're both basically the same figure. Except one's white and the other one's red, and one has ambulance things on it. Yeah, I've always loved like this kind of car design. I mean, I'm more of a blue fan, so you know that'd be cool if I got like a blue Sideswipe or something. But I've always liked the car design. I've liked the simple nature of it, and it's just I don't know, it looks so sleek. And I just had to buy it twice in 2 different characters. So there you go. There's that one. Not much to say, just some good old-fashioned G1 goodness. And for number 9, we're getting to those 2 counted as one. And for number 9, we're getting a little bit closer to the bigger boys now. Transformers: The Last Night's Scorn, because one, Thew Adams already did Nitro Zeus, and you know, this seemed like the next logical conclusion. I don't know. This figure, one of the reasons why it appeals to me is just so confusing why it even exists. Like, Scorn was not shown once in the entirety of Transformers 5. Not one time. Grimlock and Slag, whatever you want to call him, was there, but not him. Yet he gets a retooled Voyager class figure. I don't know. It's strange to me. I'm not complaining. I absolutely enjoy it. It looks looks hardcore as all hell, but you know, it seemed like they would do like a remold, redesign of Grimlock, or make a bigger Triceratops than, you know, Scorn. But anyway, he looks like he belongs on an 80s metal cover, and I love him. And for the number 10 spot, we have Crumple Zone. You know, even though I grew up in the Energon / Cybertron / really kind of awkward era of Transformers, I've never owned Crumple Zone until this year. Absolutely never did. And it just... kind of dusty, sorry. God. My favorite Transformers are dusty, that's always great. But, yeah, I never owned this character until now, and I was just thinking to myself, well, this seems like a cool figure to own. You know, I've never had it, and it just brings me back to a simpler time. Granted, it was used, and I couldn't open it out of its packaging to kind of get that rush of nostalgia that I wanted, but, you know, you do what you do. You do what you can. And also, I just find it amazing that this thing has such big, over the top, ridiculous cannons. Like, you would be running in a race with this guy, and you would be okay with second place. I feel, if he was in front of you, you would be fine with second place. You know, because if you got blown up by him, you wouldn't even be alive to finish last. And for number 11, we have First Edition Transformers Prime Bulkhead. Now, this is a figure I have been wanting for well over 7 years now, since Transformers Prime came out. Never got the RID Voyager Class 1 that they kind of threw out there. I was just like, no, that doesn't look right. But this, oh man, I absolutely enjoyed this thing. It has an actual proper wrecking ball on one hand, and you can fold in one hand to show a kind of cannon-looking thing, which is always nice. I can't get his hand back out. That's what I hate about these fold-in hands. You can't ever get him back. Ah! But I don't know. I just really liked Bulkhead, and it's just nice to finally have a proper figure of him. Now, to complete my Autobots on Transformers Prime, I just need the first edition Cliff Jumper and some RC. Although I'm not sure if I want to get the first edition or a regular RID one. Tell me in the comments below what you think I should get. Alright, and I'm running out of room on my table. And for number 12, we have Leader Class not Skywarp, but this guy's blue. He's not Skywarp. Oh man. What is life? Here we have Leader Class Combiner Wars Thundercracker. And I almost said Skywarp again. My god. And, you know, basically... I hate spiders. Why? There's spiderwebs getting all over my crap. But anyway... Favorite Transformer. Just sits on the shelf collecting dust. But... I mean, what can I say about it? It's blue and it's a sleek jet. That's basically what appealed me towards it. Also, I've always just liked Thundercracker. I don't know. He always seems like the calm one of the Seekers. He's always the one that, you know, he's kind of like the middle ground man to kind of keep Starscream and Skywarp under control, because Starscream's a bit too ambitious and Skywarp's a bit too dull. But anyway, this is my favorite Seeker of the group, and, you know, let's move on to the next thing before I just completely run out of words to say. And for 13, we have Titans Return Leader Class Sky Shadow. And to be honest, out of the Overlord and Sky Shadow, I kind of prefer this guy. Not only because this guy actually properly connects to his tank, instead of it just kind of not like Overlord, but I don't know, it's just something about it. It's a more fun figure to handle. Like with Overlord, something in his waist always keeps like trying to fold out and everything, and Overlord kind of feels incomplete, mostly because he doesn't have the two guys that go into his, you know, tit holes. But, you know, again, you can't resist a Decepticon with a black and red color scheme. You just can't. You have no choice. But anyway, it's just a nice big Decepticon, and it, you know, it's just a fun thing to handle. And I think that's the main thing that comes with these. Just having fun. You know, you just gotta have fun, bro. Y'all. And for number 14, we have MPM03 Bumblebee. Because why not? And this, now that I think about it, this is like the only Bayverse Transformer I put in here besides Scorn. But, I don't know. I actually have fond memories of the original 2007 movie. Maybe not the movie itself, even though that was quite a thing in the back when I watched it. Just, you know, the thought of live action, you know, just real life Transformers. It kind of blew my mind after, you know, seeing Cybertron and everything. Maybe I had low expectations. Maybe that was it. But I've enjoyed the original video games, DS, Wii, and, you know, I just have a connection with the original Transformers. Not the original Transformers, just the, first movie Transformers, just kind of everything surrounding that movie. I found it to be a joyous time. That was a nice period of time for me, even though it was a crappy movie. There was just something about it that I really, really loved. Just the aesthetic of real life Transformers. And thus, getting to the point, I bought this thing for $100 because why not? And what can I say? It's just nice to have a Bumblebee that's just, out of all the movie Bumblebees that we've had, all the millions of movie Bumblebees that we've had, it's just nice to kind of, have a masterpiece version of it. Ironhide, the Masterpiece Ironhide that's coming out, that will definitely be in next year's video. Definitely. And for number 15, we have Transformers Cybertron Galvatron, which looks to be in Megatron's colors for some reason. I don't know. But man, this was a find for me, and I kid you not, I almost shit my pants when I found this thing. I got it at the same time I got Lockdown, and I found this thing absolutely pristine condition, as if it's been taken out of the box. Nothing missing, all the bullets there, all the missiles there, even these flappy things there, these little fins, and the Cyber Planet key, and the instructions for around $55. And of course, some people are like, $55 for that thing? That's a lot. No, let me tell you, this thing goes for like over $100 for parts missing. And I found this thing pristine condition in a random sad comic book store for $55 in Alabama. How does that work? Every time, usually in Alabama, I find a new figure, parts are missing, it looks like it's been playing in the dirt with a bunch of cat piss, and then I find this thing. I don't know, I love this thing. Just love the colors about it, that menacing look, the purple face. And also, when you turn him into car form, he kind of looks like a giant badass Batmobile. I mean, I can't argue with that. And for number 16, we have Masterpiece Ironhide. And of course, you might be wondering, why Masterpiece Ironhide? Everybody always complains about these side panels. And a bit dusty. That's what I complain about. To me, that's the most important thing. There's too much dust that exists in the world. And I haven't been able to turn on my air purifier because it's been cold. Oh, man. I mean, look, I'm wearing a jacket for crying out loud. Anyway, getting back on the topic at hand, and probably what you clicked on this video for, Masterpiece Ironhide. I don't know, I saw him at, ages 3 and up on a sale, and I decided to pick him up. This has been, a pretty decent year for Masterpiece figures for me, because I've never really had hardly any Masterpiece figures, so why not? And to be honest, I I don't know, the side panels, he looks cool to me. To me, this looks like Ironhide. And yes, the side panels are a bit inconvenient if you want, like, a high kick pose. But it's Ironhide. He's supposed to be, like, bulky and beefy, and, you know, I highly doubt he's going to be in the Circus Olay anytime soon. So, anytime soon? No, it's not anytime soon, it's anytime soon. And honestly, I'm not going to pay like $20-something for a kit for a figure that already costs like $60-something. No, thank you. But yeah, Masterpiece Ironhide. Absolutely enjoyed this figure. You know, I don't know, something about it I just really loved. I wish I could come up with more explanations of why I like some of these figures, but you know, it's hard to express my emotions and feelings when it comes to some of these. I just like what I like. And for number 17... we have, and I gotta look at the box here because I can't remember its third-party name, Make Toys Galaxy Meteor. And the reason why this one actually, while the rest of them don't count, they can be in any order, why this one counts is because it's just so lovely to see my childhood being called back to. You know, because we see so many G1 things, so many movie things. Well, maybe not so many movie things, but you kind of get my point. It seems like the market's been overly saturated and a bit too much G1 stuff. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, hell, I collect them. You know, I love G1. But this is the stuff that I grew up with. The Cybertron is what I grew up with, and it's what I loved, and it's definitely the toys that I loved. And just to have a third-party masterpiece figure of this, and you know, just better posability and a waist swivel, and not being like a big massive giant that you have to lug around. You know, it's a very nice thing, and to think that we almost did not even get this figure. They didn't have enough pre-orders set in, and we almost just didn't get him, and I was like, crap. And again, I probably wouldn't have gotten him because he was like $130-something, but they marked him down to $100, so I got him. But yeah, it's just nice to see my childhood be called back to, and I would love to see them like do an Energon Optimus or Cybertron Optimus, or do something within that vein. Or hell, maybe an Armada Optimus, just so he's super mode can have some posable legs. But anyway, in conclusion, I can't find another room. I guess 17 was too much. I can only imagine next year. But well, anyway, guys, this was my top 17. I'm so used to seeing top 10s. That's why I keep wanting to say. This is my first, I would say, Transformers video on this channel. I tried to do toy reviews a few years back, but that previous channel's been wiped off the face of the earth, so good luck finding that. But, you know, I just kind of want a different pace on this channel. I haven't been liking the stuff that I've been posting, and to do something that I love, which is do something with Transformers, you know, this feels like the direction I kind of want my channel going from now on. You know, stuff that I like, not talking about stupid stuff that's happening in the world, but, you know, talking about this on my channel. So, heck, why not? I did it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I didn't bore you too much. I'm sorry for the lighting. The wallpaper's a bit dreary in here, but anyway, I think it's time for me to roll out. And I will probably not see you guys in the next video because you probably don't like me, but that's always fine. See you later, as I play with my toys as I am a man-child. Oh god, I sure hope this video goes over well. Oh shit. I dropped my Cyber Planet key.